Welcome back to Vintage A to Z. In today's episode, L is for Liz Claiborne. Liz Claiborne founded her company in 1976 with the working woman in mind. This was reflective of a huge shift that was happening in culture at the time. Women were entering the workforce in massive numbers in the 1970s. At the time, professional women's attire was either very frumpy and conservative or very expensive. Liz Claiborne saw this gap and decided to fill it with affordable and stylish women's office wear. This consisted of a lot of mix and match separates, so pieces like blazers, blouses, skirts, and trousers. Liz also transformed how women shopped. Before Liz Claiborne, department stores split everything up by item type. So blouses were all together, skirts were all together, and so on. However, Liz insisted that department stores keep her entire collection of clothing together. So all of the Liz Claiborne pieces had one dedicated space. Television costume designers in the 80s and 90s also heavily relied on the brand because it's literally what women wore at the time. The ultimate example of Liz Claiborne's style on TV is definitely Elaine from Seinfeld. Elaine's wardrobe consisted heavily of oversized blazers, thick, heavy denim jackets, and long floral skirts, all of which looked like they came right out of a Liz Claiborne catalog. The Liz Claiborne Company went public in 1981, and by 1986, it was the first female-founded company to make the Fortune 500. Liz herself stepped back from the day-to-day operations of the company in 1989. She stepped back deliberately because she didn't want the brand to become too personality dependent. Liz passed away in 2007, and in the years after her death, the company really struggled to keep up with fast fashion competitors. With more and more debt piling up each year, they were forced to close all of their remaining standalone shops by 2010 and eventually had to sell off the Liz Claiborne name itself just to clear the remaining debts. Now, get ready for a whole mess of brands and buyers, okay? In 2009, JCPenney bought the exclusive distribution rights for the Liz Claiborne label. And then in 2011, JCPenney bought the entire Liz Claiborne family of brands, which included Juicy Couture, Lucky Brand Jeans, and Kate Spade New York, and they made that purchase for over $268 million. Along the way, Liz Claiborne Incorporated renamed to Fifth and Pacific Companies, and in 2013, Fifth and Pacific Companies announced that they were selling Juicy Couture and Lucky Brand Jeans, leaving the company with just Kate Spade New York as their remaining label. So, by 2014, Fifth and Pacific Companies announced that they were now called Kate Spade & Company. However, Kate Spade & Company was purchased by Tapestry in 2017, and Tapestry is the parent company of Coach. Honestly, it's a headache. I don't really get it either. But anyway, you can still technically shop the Liz Claiborne label at JCPenney, but there's nothing quite like the quality of a good vintage piece. Those vintage Liz Claiborne pieces are great if you're looking for natural textiles like cotton or silk, and they have some of the best high-waisted mom jeans. You should also keep an eye out for her vintage sub-brands like First Issue, which was her casual line in 1988, and Elizabeth, which was her plus-size collection. What brand should we unpack for the letter M?